What is up guys, Stark here. I am back for another Fate video, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at our 2021 year in review. I'm doing this a little bit differently than I have in past videos. I've just really pretty much just shown what the old recordings. I just kind of edited them down together with my reactions for all my pulls, but those videos end up being pretty long, and I decided to do it a little bit differently this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show the graphic for the banner and talk about my thoughts and opinions and kind of how that went for me. So the first banner I did actually pull for is going to be the GSSR for the New Year's. And I was hoping for Brynhild, and I did not get Brynhild. I got a Ereshkigal, which would have been the second time in a row that I pulled a Ereshkigal. I had gotten her previously on a different GSSR. And yeah, you know, I wasn't too upset about it at the time. I was able to get a NP level for Ereshkigal, but really did want Brynhild. Unfortunately, did not manage to get her there. The next banner I did pull on was the Benny Emma banner, which was the New Year's banner. I just, you know, did it differently. So this one was a bit of a struggle for me, honestly. I did 4 packs. I recorded 4 parts. I don't know exactly the numbers, but I pulled a lot for Benny Emma. Unfortunately, I was not able to get her. I pulled lots of Finns, you know, I pulled Parvati and Sharon, but was not actually able to pull off the Benny Emma, at least until part 2 came around. So part 2 for the New Year's event had Old Man Lee as the recruitable servant, and I did pull for him, and I got him fairly quickly. I got a really good multi. I pulled, I believe I pulled 2 Tomoe Gozen's Deermid, the new 4-star Saber, and Old Man Lee in the exact same multi, and my luck was really super high there. So I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and pull again on Benny Enma, and sure enough, I did get Benny. So we started the New Year's off pretty strong, grabbing all of the new characters. After that, we did go into the Miyu banner, who was the debuting character. Very weird that a 4-star character is the debut character for the banner, but Miyu was there, and we did manage to get her. We also were able to get one of the characters on our list that we did want for a pretty long time, and that was going to be Medea Lily. We did actually get 3 copies of Medea Lily. We ended up getting a couple new 5-stars as well. We got Osaka Behime, and we also got Drake. I was really happy about that Drake pull. It was not completely unexpected, but very happy that I ended up getting 2 new 5-star characters on that. Next up, we had the Valentine's Day banner, which was debuting the new 5-star caster Murasaki. I actually managed to pull Murasaki on the first multi, and I believe I kept pulling just to get some craft essences, and I ended up actually pulling a second copy of Murasaki, so that was pretty interesting and pretty awesome in my opinion. I did also do a YOLO multi when Murasaki was rated up with Mordred, just for the off chance of being able to recruit Mordred, because at the time I did not have her, and I did end up getting her. So 1 multi, 1 Mordred, and I was pretty stoked about that. And then moving on, we had the revival of the Fate Extra event, and I did take my chances to pull for Melt. Was not able to get her in the previous year's New Year's banners, so I went ahead and gave it a shot this year, and I did manage to get Melt pretty quickly, which was pretty awesome. I've been trying to get Melt for a long time, finally was able to get her. And then because I was able to get her so quickly, I decided to go ahead and do some rolls on the King Protea banner. Really didn't care too much about getting King Protea, but you know, I did want her just to get her to have the character. And I also did really want to get Tristan as well. He was a story-locked character who I really needed. And if I was able to get Tristan here, then I would have been able to skip a future banner. But unfortunately, I did not get Tristan on this banner. I did get King Protea and Gawain though. So that was pretty cool. And, you know, so far in the year, we're doing really good, getting pretty much every character that we wanted, and pretty quickly at that too. Then we moved over to the end of March with the debut of Kama, who was one of my most sought after servants going into the year. Now my initial goal was to get Kama at least MP level 2, and we pulled a lot of stuff on this banner. We opened up by pulling Karna on the first pull of the first multi, which was really cool, and it kind of just set the tone for that night. Pulling a whole bunch of stuff. We pulled a ton of Parvatis. We did get trolled a little bit by pulling a Emiya Assassin, We did end up pulling a Tamamo Cat, Suzuka Gozen, and a Prince of Lanling, who was actually a new servant. At the end of the day, though, we did end up getting 3 commas, which was pretty awesome. I was really excited about that. I wanted 2, and I ended up getting 3. So then we moved over into the Jalter banner for her event, and this is the banner that I was talking about previously, where I was like, well, if I pulled Tristan on King Portia's banner, then I wouldn't have to pull on Jalter's. But I guess it's a good thing that I did pull on Jalter, because I got Jalter, MP2, Tristan, and Antonio Salieri all on the same multi. So that could not have gone any better for me. Able to get the extra Noble Phantasm for Jalter, as well as getting the character that I really wanted. And I could finally cross Tristan off of the list. So we were doing really good going into this. And then we hit the Rhinez banner. And then things kind of just went a little south for us. We did a lot of pulls on Rhinez's banner. I think I was like into like 5 or 6 packs. I pulled a Megaton of Astrayas. I believe I counted it at 11. Pulled a couple 4-star servants. Pulled Castergill, Friend, Deermid, a couple of Eldorados. I pulled both versions of Lancelot, which was pretty cool, especially for the Berserker version to get the MP up. We did pull a new Lancer for Nessa. That was a pretty cool one. We got a new character off of that. And then finally, we did manage to get Rhinez at the very end. That one was a struggle, one of the more difficult banners for me in the year. And then we moved on into the Lost Belt 4 banners with the debut of Gajuna. And my goal here was to get an MP2, and I definitely did accomplish that. So I was really happy about that. And I did manage to pick up the locked character in Asclepius, and I did pick up Hot Wheels as well. So yeah, I pulled Gajuna, and then the very next multi I pulled him again, which that was pretty awesome if you ask me. I was like extremely excited about that, because Gajuna doesn't come back. Like, he hasn't come back yet, so I definitely wanted to make sure I got him at least MP level 2 before he went away, because who knows when he's gonna come back. So then, because I got him so quickly, I did go back to the part 1 to try and pick up at least the 4-star character for Lakshmi Bai, and I pulled her on the first pull, so that wasn't too difficult there. And then I did also pull William Tell. I didn't care too much about Ganesha because I was planning on using my 5-star ticket on her, so I just wanted the 4-star character, which I got, so I was pretty happy to just get that and then, not pull on those banners anymore. So that worked out really well for me. And again, we're in June right now, and so far the year has been going extremely well for us, with the exception of the Rhinez and maybe the Benny Emma pulls. I pretty much got everything I wanted extremely quickly. So I was really happy with how things were going at this point in time. And then moving on to July for the Demon Nobunaga banner. Again, my luck was extremely good. Got Nobunaga on the first multi. And unfortunately, I did not pull the limited 3-star Berserker Mori, so I did have to go ahead and, actually buy gems for this, which I didn't really want to do, but I did buy a pack of gems, and then I pulled them on the very next multi after that, so it didn't hurt us too much there, and we did wrap up and get all of those characters. So I was pretty happy that we managed to get out of that one pretty quickly, because I did know that the summer was coming right around the corner, and as well as the anniversary as well. So yeah, next up was the anniversary, and I was a little worried about this because it goes anniversaries and then the summer characters, so you gotta plan your Saint Courts out pretty well. But they did go pretty good for me actually. I got Da Vinci pretty quickly. I also did end up pulling Ganesha, which was pretty surprising honestly. So it did make me need to change who I was going to take with my ticket, which we haven't gotten the ticket yet, but my plan was for Ganesha the entire time. Didn't end up needing to do that because I pulled her, so that was pretty cool to check her off the list without actually trying to get her. And then we did end up going back and pulling a little bit later on, and we did get a second copy of Da Vinci. I think we were pulling for Shang Yu on the banner to try and check him off the list, and we got Ganesha instead. So it worked out, and a second copy of Da Vinci was really awesome as well. For the GSSR, we ended up pulling a Rescue Gull once again, putting her at MP level 4, and that's where we currently stand with her. So if we pull her again on another GSSR, I'll be pretty frustrated because that would have been 4 GSSRs in a row that I pulled a Rescue Goal. So the odds of that happening are pretty crazy. But we'll see what happens come January. I guess that's in a couple days, really. So then we moved on to the Summer Servants, and, you know, obviously my goal was to pull for all of them to get them all, and Summer Musashi was on my list, and, you know, I wasn't really planning on doing this, but it ended up just happening. But, you know, I was thinking maybe I'll get, like, MP2 for Musashi, but I pulled her really quickly, and then I pulled her again really quickly, and then I pulled her again. I think I pulled her 3 multis in a row. So at that point, I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just go ahead and go for MP5, and we did get there. In the end, we did get there. We got MP5 Musashi, and we also picked up all the other summer characters along the way. So the next major banner that I pulled for after that was going to be the Space Ishtar banner. We did do a couple pulls on the Gilfest banner and on the Kintoki Raiko banner, but we didn't really get anything out of that. So I'm not really going to talk about it too much. I didn't really spend a lot of quartz on it, so it's not like it was just like a me getting wrecked type of thing. But yeah, back in October, we pulled for Space Ishtar. The goal was always to get her MP5, and we did end up doing that. So that was pretty awesome. I actually lost the recording for it, so I don't know what else I pulled. I can't really remember. But yeah, we MP5'd her. That was the only thing we really cared about, and we pulled it off. So yeah, so far so good. You know, like, this year has been extremely well. It has been... we've gotten so lucky. Obviously, we spent a lot of money, but we've gotten, like, pretty much everything that we wanted going into this. We really didn't miss anything other than, like, not getting Gorgon or Kintoki, but we have multiple opportunities to get at least Kintoki later on, so it wasn't that, you know, unfortunate for me. And then we came across to the Atlantis Lost Bells release, featured Super Orion and Europa. So I got Orion pretty quickly, and then for Europa, she actually came out on the Part 2 banner for NA instead of on Orion's banner, which is pretty convenient for me trying to pull for both of those characters. And then I got Europa on the first multi. So again, like, we have gotten these characters really quickly. It was really awesome. And then Astolfo happened. We were doing so good. We were doing so good all year long. And then Astolfo came out and just said no. So yeah, Astolfo has wrecked me hardcore this year. I've pulled at least 5 packs worth into his banner, and I failed to get him. I actually pulled Nightingale, which is kind of a slap in the face, but yeah. So ultimately, we got pretty much everything that we wanted going into the year, except for the Saber Astolfo. And we do have a couple opportunities next year to get him, but I would have really have liked to have gotten him this year, so I didn't have to worry about it, check off all the characters off of my list, and then move on to next year with a fresh slate. But that's not what happened, unfortunately, so we'll take that L. But overall, this year has been a huge success for me. I was really worried about it because there were so many characters that I wanted MP2 at least. You know, I wanted Kama MP2, Gajuna MP2, Musashi MP2, Space Ishtar at least MP2. And we ended up getting MP5 Musashi, MP5 Space Ishtar, MP3 Kama, MP2 Gajuna. Like, we really, when you look at my year as a whole, like, I think this is probably one of the best years pulling wise I've had for Fate. Really excited about that, and hopefully we can keep this luck going in 2022. And again, next year I will do a very similar video like this. It'll actually be a little bit easier for me to do because I made my wish list video just a little bit more in depth to be able to kind of go back and look at exactly what I wanted and to see if I end up getting that stuff. But that'll be next year. For now, guys, this is the end of the video. If you did like it, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, let me know in those comments, you know, how your year went. Did you guys get all the servants that you wanted? How painful was it to get those servants? Like, what was your best banner? What was your worst banner? Let me know things like that in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for the next episode of the 25 Days of Fate.